Yo,
We're back.
what's the deal?
It's Monday. First Monday of March.
It's that Market Mondays, Phil. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. It's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. First and foremost, happy birthday.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to everybody that sent some birthday love. It was a wonderful, relaxing weekend with the fam and the loved ones. It was a hell of a birthday week, huh?
For sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. So I appreciate everybody. Pisces season is full effect. Shout out to all my Pisces, all the March babies. It's time to turn this thing all the way up. And shout out to the February Pisces that held it down. Because y'all definitely turned it up.
Pisces season has begun.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Love.
I bet. So let's do this. Let's say the disclaimer. Let's do all of that. Ian Dunlap is in the building.
Hey man, I was early, but the technology was late. How y'all feeling?
We feeling good, man. How about you? Got the shades on?
Man, I was gonna put the fur on today, but I'm gonna keep it light. Had the internet in shambles real quick. So
about to
happy to be here. Happy Monday.
Prince and Minx for sure. This tomorrow we got a dope episode, and we got some special surprises that we're gonna announce. But first, let's do the disclaimer, and then we can kind of fully get into the whole situation.
Let's do this, man. You know how this works. Welcome to Market Mondays. If you don't know, so our content must be used for informational purposes only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with, or independently research and verify any information that you find on our show and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. This is a message brought to you by the good brothers at Earn Your Leisure and the master investor himself, Ian Dunlap. Please continue to do the research, share the research when it's great research. Show love to the people you got it from.
Yeah,
let's grow.
Tuesday we got Arlen Hamilton.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
Nice.
If you're not tapped in with her, she's venture capitalist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mike, can we go back widescreen? This looks like a DVD era when we did that full screen. That just is a little blurry.
Smack DVD.
We gotta adjust on the fly.
You say you're ill.
Oh, this is live. Ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen. We haven't gone live in a while, so this is live. So this is going to be a vintage episode where we actually are live in the flesh.
That's a fact.
And with live, you have some technical difficulties at times.
Absolutely.
But you got pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice and shades at night. It always leads to a great night.
Some trouble.
Sunglasses and Advil. Last night was mad real.
I'm still recovering from your party.
So am I. Yeah, it's a fact. Okay. Ian, any announcements?
Yeah, Stock Club call will be this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central. This past Saturday, we had an amazing call. I want to read off a couple of testimonials real quick if I can. Shout out to my guy who was up 453% on NVIDIA. I am proud of you. Thank you for executing. And shout out to my other brother who was up. Got in on GBTC at 1049, and my other guy who's up 350%. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. Listen, you can only get rich from investing if you actually invest in stocks long term. Okay? So if you've been with me 2 or 3 years and you haven't made money, you wasted my time and yours.
You owe us.
big, you owe me. Big time. I'm on Shug Shoddy Energy. I'm in the Damu room today.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Rashad. Hey, shout out to Troy.
Blackout
yesterday.
Blackout
season.
Going crazy. Shout out to everybody that's tapping. I've been getting a lot of commentary about Blackout. So shout out to everybody that's tapping the Blackout. Wednesday at 10 o'clock, new episode of Blackout. Watch the previous 3 episodes of Blackout.
Please.
So we're going to get this show started. We got some big announcements on EYL University. I'm announcing in a little bit.
Yep.
But the chain's intact. The game remains the
back
chain
in order.
Yeah.
We back home, y'all.
One rap recorder back in order.
Huh? They want to see us, huh?
The chain is intact. We're gonna be a lot more hands on this.
That's what they calling for, huh?
Well, yeah. So we'll talk about that. But let's start the show off with Apple. and I want to do this a little different, because I know Apple has been a stock that we've talked about since the inception of the show, 4 years now. And I know you've always said, you got to have Apple as one of the primary investments, Apple and Microsoft, and two index funds. But there's been some concern. So they gave up on their electric car, which they've been pushing for a long time, and they kind of scrapped the plans on that. They also got hit with a $2 billion fine from Europe over music streaming apps. Also, Vision Pro, which we actually did a whole thing on, sales are slow.
Alleged.
Shawty, we're gonna keep it real. The sales are slower than they should be. First week is great. Second week, not so much.
Well, we gotta see. In all fairness, we gotta see when the quarter is done. In all fairness, it just dropped.
Okay.
So we gotta see.
So and tech has been tremendous. But Apple, not so much. No. Apple for the last 6 months is down. Year to date is down. 1 year it's up. But when Nvidia and even Microsoft has been on a rise for 6 months, it's been down. Year to date is down. 3 months is down. 1 month down. 1 week down.
SMCI
1 year
is cooking.
1 year down.
Microsoft moving.
This is the inevitable question. All things come to an end. All things cool off. Is this the beginning of the end? Is this the fall of Apple?
Yeah. No, it's not the end of Apple. It's they're just moving in the natural progression of what the stock market is doing overall, with the exception of Nvidia, SMCI, and a few others. Should the Vision Pro be better? Yes. Could the sales be better? Yes. iPhone needs innovation. I think Tim Cook probably needs a second in command that can help out a lot as well.
The yellow shirt is in the building.
Yes.
Shout out to my guy for fixing it. Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
So I think they need Johnny Ive back. But if we look, I'm happy that they killed that car project. Sometimes when we get into wars and people say things that we don't like, we take on business ventures that we shouldn't to kill somebody who's pissing us off. If we look at Tesla, their operating margin is 9%, gross margin is 18%. Why build a car when if you sell it, you're only going to get 18%? For $18 out of every 100 that are sold. I'm glad they killed that. They need a lot more innovation. I know Nvidia is going up, but just because Nvidia and SMCI got a BBL, it does not mean that Michelle Obama is not a great wife. Great, they're having their run. But if I made you money off Apple or Microsoft, please put yes in chat. And if Apple was going to fall apart, I will be the first one to say, yo, Tim Cook cooked, done for. I can't wait for the demise of Apple so I can come on here and say, yo, it's over.
It's over.
But it would be unwise for you to sell off this company at this time when they haven't put forth their AI project. I think eventually that Vision Pro price will
you're being kind. You're being kind. It wouldn't be wise of you. No, it'd be foolish of you.
It'd be dumb as hell.
Okay, there we go. There you go.
So
I mean, we spoke about this, right? Like we spoke about this right before their earnings. We said, look, this is 4 quarters in a row where we haven't seen innovation, where we've seen the iPhone sales go down. We talked about the importance of the iPhone and how 50% of the revenue comes from that product alone. And we weren't surprised that it pulled back. And so this is one of those things when stocks trade sideways, right? And we've seen this happen in 2018 with Apple. And it's like, well, what's happening? What's happening with Apple? And then it has a run and it goes on a split. And so it's consolidating a little bit. The rest of the market is moving, but it's still the number 2 most valuable company in the world. And the EV move was smart. I agree with you. I think it was a smart move rather than spending 10 more years
chasing in the beginning.
It's been a 10-year project that hasn't come to fruition, and it wasn't going to come to fruition. It's unfortunate that 2,000 jobs were lost, and a lot of the people who were working on those projects, their jobs are lost. But the new focus is AI. The new focus is AI, and from what Tim Cook is leading or kind of hinting toward it, this is going to be the mother of all AI projects. That's the forecast for what they're going to announce in June. And so,
they keep promising things and they're not delivering.
Hey, Shawty, let's talk. Let's take the kick
off. Here's why. Let me finish.
Tim Cook.
We're gonna turn this into blackout in a minute. The girl keep promising, but she keep doing the same thing. But it's time to go.
Yeah, let her go. It's time to go, baby.
Now, see, this is what I'm saying. saying it's time to go wouldn't be the wise thing.
I'm not saying it's time to go for Apple, but I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is
you keep promising things. You promised the best electric car, flop.
You promised a bet a crypto wallet, didn't do it.
Flop. The bank merger with
that didn't work.
With Goldman Sachs
did not work.
Flop.
Yeah. Well, keep going.
The glasses,
iPhones, 15,
iPhones,
16, piece
flop.
of shit.
Oh, what
you throwing a lot of bricks?
iPhone the number one selling smartphone?
At one point, Marbury was the number one.
What I'm saying? Well, we got what's the number one wearable in the world right now? I'll wait.
For women, the Rose.
No. Try again. What's the number one wearable?
I got them in AirPod, right?
Okay, and what's number one wearable watch?
Apple Watch.
They are delivering. Like, we can't ignore what they are. They are delivering. What I'm saying is, like, when I see consolidation like this, and we'll talk about this a little bit more on Wednesday, but this is a time for me. Like, okay, let this fall a little bit more.
I mean, ideally, I want it at 147. If
we're gonna have a whole different conversation come June.
164, I'll be happy. But yeah, like, I'll see by summer it should get to like.
We're gonna have a whole different conversation when the summer comes. Let this fall a little bit more, and we're gonna have some plays. And
it's gonna be time to load the boat. But Rashad makes a great point. Listen, they have not delivered. If I can put on my SWOT analysis hat, if I look at weaknesses, iPhone sales are slowing. China's an issue. There's very little innovation that people feel. Now, have they innovated in iOS? Yes. But it doesn't feel like a robust investment into the software.
Even
the
in
hardware, marginally better.
Even in this market, how far have they fallen back? Have they even had what could be considered a correction?
They went from 192 or 194 this peak, currently at 175. So no. But and wherever Apple goes, the rest of the market will go.
But that's not true anymore. But that's not even true anymore, right? Because we used to see that, right? If Apple didn't report well, if the sales were down, if Apple fell in the day, we saw the market move. Now Apple's been doing it for about 2 or 3 weeks. And
that's
the market,
only because Nvidia's been pulling and Bitcoin is dragging it up. But what people aren't seeing, there's like if Apple is slowly pulling down, and there's 493 other companies that are not doing amazing. Like, even if we look at a sector, the military and defense sector is not doing well. How? And y'all waged that war for 2 years straight over there. This shit makes no sense at all. I think the rest of the economy will be drugged down, and we have to be very honest. Remember when 2 years ago when I said the banks are going to come in and take over Bitcoin and Ethereum, and everybody laughed me out the building? Now BlackRock owns $17.8 billion worth of Bitcoin. The banks need crypto to stay afloat, to hide the losses that they have. The inner Ponzi scheme. Honest take. Honest take. So without crypto, the banking market, shout out to Crypto 901, shout out to Keys, everybody going crazy on crypto. Without Bitcoin, the banks would be shit right now. That's the saving grace. And one, I mean, Nike absorbed and won and took all the benefits of that and turned it into white chocolate. If it was not for crypto, the banks would be in shambles. I agree with Rashad. Apple hasn't delivered probably in 3 or 4 years on what they said they were going to do. I still love Apple. I'm still holding it long term. It's one of my biggest holding in my portfolio, and my son's. Clip that up. But
yo, what was that? You just did a shake right there?
I'm keeping it clean. But next week I'm going to go crazy. Loco, muy loco. But they need to innovate better. And I'm always worried about, like, in this conversation that we have, right? Like, what can we do to be better or be different? They didn't see blackout coming. I love it. Great. Me and Shotty vibing well, looking good in the fur. You had the pony hair combo. Joe.
Shout out to Joe.
Should have been there. Shout out to Joe, right?
Where were you?
Where were you? With Candace Owens. Great interview. But I think this company needs to innovate, or they need to acquire. I said 2 years ago, I think they should have acquired AMD. If they would have, how much higher would the stock would have been?
Yeah,
it's the innovator's dilemma. You have to always continuously get better, no matter what. So, would it be fine? Yes, but I think they've underperformed so far this year.
Yes, that's fair. They have underperformed. We're not going anywhere. I think we can agree on that. We're not going anywhere.
Blackout.
They really blacked them out.
All right, so let's do this. While Ian getting his technical situation together, we got a surprise. So Yeah, Troy has become a stock market analysis wizard of sorts. And he's had a tremendous track record with stock options, specifically leaps and even short-term options as well. And we haven't had one of these like actually breakdowns in a while. You've done it on tour a few times, but a lot of people, the vast majority of people were not at one of our tour stops.
Yeah.
So
what percentage, I mean to cut you off for shot, but what percentage did that cost them by not going to the show for $70?
So that's the thing, man. And I'm happy that we're back in the forefront of things to speak.
Hit the like button,
please, and share with 5
this
friends.
Is free information. This could potentially change your life. No cap.
Especially if you listen and not complain.
No cap, all facts.
So we got to preface this by saying Wednesday we're gonna have a full. You want to go there first?
Let's go through the presentation first, and then we'll say it later.
Because let
me orchestrate the show.
No, because it's more of a preview type situation.
Let me produce the show, and
oh, you're on your Mike Bibby right now. Okay, I won't spoil it either.
Yes.
Oh man, so it's been a minute. I'll be honest with you. It's been a long while since we had an opportunity to sit back and really teach about trading and about options trading, to be specific. And so we're gonna give you a little preview of how we're gonna start moving forward, especially with EYL University, especially I was at the forefront of it, because it's important, right? Like people can understand how to create a brokerage account. Some people have understood how to trade equities, and that's great. But most people, especially over the past 5 years, are trying to figure out how can we make money trading options, because that's where they see all the percentages. And we have to say, and we have to preface it by saying, trading has considerable risk.
Yes.
But trading options has even more so of a considerable risk. All right. And so we're going to preface it by some of the things that we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks. So the first thing is, what are options contracts? And it's very important that you understand the difference between the two, right? An options contract is really not the obligation, right? But the right to, right? So you're not obligated to buy a share, but you have the right to. And so each contract is worth 100 shares. And so when people are talking about, I want contracts, that's really the equivalent of 100 shares. So if you see somebody with one contract, that's equal to 100. If you see somebody buying 2 contracts, they have the right to buy 200 shares. Now, that doesn't mean you have to, and we'll break down that even further when we talk about exercising. But I want people just to understand that. All right. First thing you got to realize is that it's really a predictable type situation, right? So when you're talking about options, you're talking about the predictability of a stock moving north, right, appreciating, or moving south, depreciating. And when we're talking about moving north, we're talking about a call, right? And so if I make a call, I'm making a prediction saying that the stock equity is going to move upwards or it's going to move downwards, which would be a put. And so most times you see people saying that they made this money, and if they had a call, so you see the word call in front of it, that means they said that the equity was going to move up a certain amount during a specific time. And a put would just mean the opposite, right? So if the equity moves down in that specific time, money is going to be made or lost. Now, there's a couple things inside of there that you have to figure out, and that's the strike price. And so the strike price could be anywhere in the range of $10 to $100 of the actual equity, right? So if we take a company like Apple, and Ian, you spoke very well about it. It is trading at $175. Well, if I ask you, do you think in the next 2 years Apple can raise its price target to $180? Most people would probably say yes.
Oh,
if you agree, yes, put yes in chat.
That's a home run. Yeah, that's a home run.
That's a home run, right?
Yeah, even 205 is a home run.
Right, so that would be a call, right? And there's a premium that comes with that. So you're buying that number in the event that it goes up, you make money. Now, if you're a pessimist and you think that Apple won't do that in that time frame, right? Then you would make a put. And if that number goes down, then there's also money that can be made. And there's a premium that's paid. So most people don't realize this is how it works, right? When I'd say $175 is what Apple, the actual equity costs, that's not what you're paying when you're buying an option contract. You're actually looking at the bid and the ask, right? And so when you think of bid and ask, I want you to think like when you're going to buy a car. The bid is what the dealer is going to tell you the car costs, right? The ask is what the dealer is going to tell you what the car costs. The bid is what you're willing to pay. And so
it's you negotiating the price.
It's a negotiation process. So these margins are where the brokerages make a lot of money, and most people have no idea how they make the money. But this is it, right? So if I wanted to buy the contract and it was $180 strike price and it cost me $2, they're going to say, all right, I'm going to charge you $275 for it. And so that margin is where they're going to make their money. Now it's not $275. Actually, it's going to be moved. You're going to have to actually move a decimal point across. So it really becomes a $275 per contract situation. And so you have to know this, which is a steal, right? Right. These are hypothetical numbers, right? So before we do anything, we need to know all the parameters of that, right? And on top of that, we're going to have to figure out how to find contracts that make sense, because some of them are overvalued, right? If you looked at NVIDIA contracts right now, you probably say to yourself, all right, these are too expensive for me. This is too expensive. I can't afford this. I can't. And they probably are, right? Because NVIDIA, as you see, has trended north for the past 6 months. It hit an all-time high today. It's trending toward $1,000, which is incredible. And so it becomes a higher premium based on the trend of the actual equity. So we're going to figure out how to use undervalued contracts. And there's a very unique system that we use to figure that out, so that we always have the win built in anytime we buy into contracts. And then the last piece of what I've been doing with trading options is I've been using AI. And it's probably been one of the same way that you hear Shadi talk about using AI in terms of media, and Ian using it in terms of media.
I was so mad. I think it is, bro.
I'm using it in terms of trading. And so one of the things I found is like, look, there are plenty of experts that are analysts and they get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do their job. I said, that's great. All I need to do is find out where they're reporting, take their report PDF, and have my good friends over at AI or ChatGPT or any of the ones that can actually decode PDFs and tell them to summarize it. I prompt them to exactly what I want. At some points, I'll say, hey, give me expedited target price for the next 6 months, and it'll do that. If I do that over 6, 7 experts, now I have a great consensus.
You have a great median strike. Yep.
I can figure out what they're thinking based on the research that I'm doing. And now that gives me a nice target to find out where I'm going to put my strike price, right? So all these things are what we're doing to evaluate how we're going to trade our options, right? Because it's a delicate process. It is a sensitive process, but it could be a very rewarding process. And when we do that, we get results. Now, I'm not one, and you know this, and y'all probably know this, I'm not one to gallivant and talk about results. But if we're going to show results, I figured this is family, this is Market Mondays, my earners at hand. Let's go through the scoreboard of some of these results, because not only are we talking about trading equities and trading options and telling you, hey, these are the things that we're looking at. Now we're actually implementing these things and winning.
Before you show them the results,
okay.
Great production moment, Rashad. Go ahead.
Tell them, explain the AI play just like you did in Chicago.
All right. So
or should it be kept for university?
No. Trust me.
Okay.
This is valuable. I love y'all. I love y'all so much, man. I love y'all so much.
Here's how this is gonna work. And I kind of just broke it down a little bit, but I'll give you dead specifics. All right. So I look at a company like HubSpot. I look at its chart. I look at its trend. I'm looking for the support and resistance over the past year. I'm looking at support resistance over the last 6 months. I'm starting to see trends. I see it in Salesforce. I see it in CrowdStrike. I'm starting to see that there was a rise during the pandemic. There was a great pullback. It's almost like a perfect mountain, and we're starting to see it climb again. So, all right, let me start figuring out how we can take this advantage of this. And so I look inside of HubSpot, I look at where all the experts are, figure out where the institutional money is going versus the retail money. And that's important because I want to know where institutional investors are putting their money, because that's where I want to put mine, right? So if I see 80% of the equity is owned by institutions, BlackRock, Vanguard, a number of institutions, I'm all right. This is something that they're invested in, especially in tech. I need to be behind that. I take their expert opinions. I download the PDFs. Now, these PDFs are 15 to 20 pages. Now, if you have the time to read it, great. Feel free. We got to maximize our time. And I think that's one of the benefits of having AI is that you can actually maximize time. So download the PDF, put it in Anthropic, which is a great AI tool. Claude 2 is their version of ChatGPT. Prompt it. Hey, I need you to summarize this. Give me the strike. Give me the price target. And give me the guidance, the forward guidance for the next year. Put it in. Hit return on it. Within 10 seconds, I've got an entire page layout of everything I just asked for. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. Let me go find another expert. Prompt the same thing. And now I'm creating my own database from those experts who actually spend hours, have more tools, have more resources, have a bigger network. Now I'm just compiling all the information that they have.
Options cheat sheet.
And now I'm just creating my own formula to figure this thing out. I'm like, well, this is how AI really should be used. Let's maximize our time. Let's become more efficient. And so I'm saying to myself, perfect. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And so we did this in Chicago. It was like really the first test. And before I even presented, I spoke to Ian about it. I'm like, have you ever heard anything like this? And he was like, no, but I should have thought of it.
I wish I would have thought of it. I'm not going to lie.
And so I told him, I said, yo, I'm going to go for it tonight. I'm doing it with this company, HubSpot. Let's see how it goes. And from that moment, we did that show October 22nd in Chicago.
Yep.
HubSpot was trading at 410. And I think when I closed out the position, I actually put it in a slide in one of my results. I think it closed out at 590. So we're talking, I mean, and that's just percentage on the equity. So the actual option, I think I closed out at maybe 300, 400%, something crazy like that. But that was just using technology, using the research, using knowledge that I already had, right? Because we always talk about AI can make you, it's not going to make you smarter, but it can enhance intelligence. And this is one of those things. Like I already had the actual knowledge base to do trading, but now I'm like even more enhanced because now I'm even more efficient because the information plus the network is much more vast.
Okay.
How was that?
That was good. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, so let's show this results. And
let's do some results, man. Mike, where you at? You got me, Mike? You don't
boy, not just talking about it. He doing
yeah. I mean, we're not just talking about it. So when we talk about Microsoft, when we're talking about all the things that they're doing with AI, I mean, these are calls that we're putting in. And so when we talk about leaps, that means we're going from a year to 2 years out. And so this call, I probably put in maybe June of last year, but you can start to see some of those returns. So 276. Now, most people are going to say, well, how much money did you make? And my thing is like, I'm never one to tell you about the money because the money is great, right? And of course we're going to make money and that's what we're doing this for. But the percentages are more important to me because we all start at zero. When I don't have a call, when I don't have a contract, we all start at zero, right? We may not start at the same amount that we're investing, and that's fine. I don't want to discourage anybody. You should use what you have to invest, right? I don't want you putting the entire life savings into trying to trade options. No. I want you.
You should never put more than 10%
please
of your portfolio on options.
Absolutely.
That's my personal. That's my personal rule.
Right.
90% long term, 10% option.
And it's extremely important. So the percentages are so much more important to me because again, everybody starts at 0%, and what you do and when you do it is important. Will determine how your account's going to look anyway. So this is one of our first ones. Microsoft. We're into 2025. Where's Microsoft trading at? Ian, you got your thing. You got your. Yeah, so
Microsoft is at 414.
414. So we're way past the strike price. This call is probably going to go up. I mean, at the rate that the market is moving by next year, I could see this going up to
458.
Yeah, Mike, keep going. Yeah. Actually, I got it, Mike. I got it. Oh, you skipped mine. Right, we talked about Lily all the time. Yeah, we're gonna go into this a little bit more. Another one. Looked at the research, saw the earnings was coming, and I'll show you a site that we're using. To figure out how the earnings are being projected. Another one, saw Lily was trading a little bit under 675. So I took a little bit of it again. Well, this was a pricier call, but look at the returns. And this is something that we've done within the last month. Let's just keep rolling. I'm gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, let's try.
Let's go. So SMH, we talk about semis all the time, right? We love semis. Why are we not investing in ETFs? Why are we not investing in ETFs, option calls? Here's a perfect example, 100%. Now, most people are saying, oh my gosh, well, it's only 100%. Yeah, but where else are you getting 100% in less than 4 months, less than 2 months? All right. So let's keep rolling. We told you about Cloudflare. Spelled it out for you.
You did.
We did another one. And this is more of a short-term option call. Now, at the end of the year, when we asked what were our companies for the year, specifically said TSM is the one I'm looking at. It's one of my favorites because I know the infrastructure and how much is needed and when we're talking about technology, right? If we're talking about semis and we're talking about NVIDIA, who was the number one provider for TSM? All companies run through them. They make 70% of the world's semi chips. Of course, I have to have a call on them, but I want you to make a quick distinction, right? Because not only do we have calls in them, we own the stock. You see, like that NVIDIA, there's no call there. Yep. There's no call. There's no expiration date. That is the stock. So I own the stocks of these companies. And so what is the strategy? I own the stock and then I own the options on the stock. And we've been telling you for 5 years, I want you to get 100. I want you to get 100. Why? Because when you get 100, now you can actually sell calls. And so 100 has always been the number. And so this NVIDIA, my stocks, probably I think in this brokerage account here, I think I got 400 shares. Those 400 shares are up 300%. 300%, the shares, all right? And that came from this call. Why? NVIDIA hit a 175 at the time. And Ian, you were on the call with me. This was January of 2020.
Of last year, right?
Of last year. Yep. I told people that I'm getting into this call. This is the next call that I am doing. This is the next one, y'all. And there was some positive feedback, and then there was some feedback that wasn't so positive.
Said it cost too much. What did it cost you not being it now? For everyone else, you see how we're able to get 2,300, 3,000% return in a year?
This is, and that's why I said percentage is so important. That's not $1,200, ladies and gentlemen. That is 1,200%. So that's why I said it doesn't matter where I started at because we're not going to be starting at the same positions. That's fine. But if you put $100 in, if you put $1,000 in, that's 1,200% on that call, right? So these are the things we're talking about. All right. So owning the stock and owning options on it as well. But once I saw this, I said, wait, I can't just stop at the 205 call. We got to get more calls.
You could stop, but it wouldn't be wise.
It wouldn't be wise. So why stop? Let's partake in all of it. Let's go to the 25 call for 455. Well, NVIDIA is running up to 825. So that call is going to keep running, right? When the June one expires, this one will keep running. But why stop there? Let's keep going, right? And so now I'm in the 26 call for 800. That's already up 74%. So you can start to see we're compounding and we're compounding and we're compounding. Why? Because I see the trend. I'm watching it. I'm watching my shares goes up. I know I can sell. These are all the things that you're putting inside of your mind frame when you're starting to see these wins. It's important to see them. But it's just not NVIDIA. I still got some of these other ones that I can't let go, that I just believe in the company. And so, yeah, I am in DraftKings. And these are some of the more recent ones that I've probably done. Obviously, you know, DraftKings is something that we've talked about probably since the inception of the show.
Yeah, since the beginning of the show.
It's still Prince for me. It's still Prince for me. And then this is one we spoke about last week that I just did maybe. I might have did this on Tuesday, right before your party, I think. Salesforce, man. Salesforce, right? If I saw what was happening to HubSpot inside of the CRM space, we understand they have great leadership. We saw them have a great pullback. They've obviously let people go. We talked about the acquisition of Slack and how that affected the company. I like Salesforce going long term. And so I'm like, all right, well, perfect. This is an opportunity to grab them and have a call on it. And so why not? All right. So the real question is, and I think you posed it already, what would it cost you to not be involved?
To not do it. So, and if we can talk about triangle offense, Rashad calls QQQ. I'll tell you to trade NASDAQ future. What would you be up long on QQQ calls? Easy 50%. Like if you.
Oh, they deaded him.
It took Ian out. So yeah.
Blackout.
So that was an options situations, but this isn't an option program. We just wanted to do it. But the announcement is that EYL University, like I said, we're back hands-on. I've been teaching a financial planning class every single month, but Troy will start teaching a monthly options masterclass for EYL University every month. Every month he's been at it. You know, he used to be a teacher, so he's coming back into the classroom and he's teaching. And the first class is this Wednesday at 8:00.
Yes.
And it's 48 hours, only 48 hours enrollment. So if you want the full hour of him,
we're going longer than an hour.
EYLUniversity.com. It's a 48-hour enrollment, and then we're just going to debt it for the rest of the month. We want less people in this time around. We got some different ideas. We've learned some things, and the biggest thing is to be more hands-on. So yeah, every month Troy's going to be doing his options masterclass. So we wanted to kind of give you a taste of that. And yeah, if you want the whole version, EYL University.
Now we're getting busy.
Wednesday,
I'm being honest with you. We're gonna get busy. It's been a while. And I started looking back in the files. I'm like, damn, it has been a while. So it's gonna be a while. It's been a while. Everything that I just told y'all, I'm actually gonna show y'all in real time. I'm gonna have y'all involved in it. Plus, I'm gonna tell y'all what we're looking forward to next. Because there's a couple other plays that I didn't put in there, only because I want to keep it inside the family. Right. So there's some things that I've texted you. Shout out to Bam. I know you tapped in. G. I just tapped like, yeah, I'm moving this way. This is what I'm moving. We're gonna let the fam in and have hopefully everybody can be a part of this, man. Because like I said, me lighting your candle doesn't extinguish my flame. And so let's make money together.
EYL University. Let's get it.
Yep. And if you ever need the kid to pop in on the session, yo, I'm family. So
you know that. That's fam. You know that.
For sure. We definitely. So okay. Hit the like button and share. We had 6,600 on the live. This is live,
like
ladies and gentlemen. And we will be talking about Bitcoin. But
mighty.
Let's get this up to 7,000 because I know that's the talk of the town right now. Now let's talk about something that's extremely interesting. Elon Musk. Elon Musk has taken legal action against OpenAI, a company that we've been talking about a lot. And it's interesting. If you don't know, Elon Musk was an early investor in OpenAI. I think he invested $50 million. He was there at the beginning.
He was the founder.
Elon Musk
is the founder of it.
Him and Sam founded it together.
Yeah, he's one of these people that he's an extremely intelligent person. And I don't agree with almost everything that he says, but his track record, I have never seen anybody
impeccable.
Steve Jobs had a great track record with Apple and Pixar, and what was the other one?
Next.
But when you look at Elon Musk, you're talking about PayPal. You're talking about the guy who started PayPal. By the way, if you didn't know that, Elon Musk started PayPal. He started Tesla, SpaceX.
Well, he took over Tesla, but yeah, he made Tesla what it is today.
PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, OpenAI.
It's a hell of a lot.
Yes, that's pretty amazing. It's actually pretty. Yeah. It's pretty astonishing. But he's no longer part of OpenAI. Microsoft owns 49% of OpenAI. He filed a lawsuit saying that when OpenAI first started, the reason why it was called OpenAI is because it's supposed to be an open source platform for artificial intelligence. Now he said it's closed sourced. It's just to make Microsoft money. It gives Microsoft an unfair advantage. And he's suing to pretty much, I guess, break it apart, have Microsoft as less influential in OpenAI as possible. So some people are saying it's sour grapes. What's your thoughts on it, Ian?
Number one, something that we all have to learn, but I've learned too, you have to be more agreeable to be able to stay in the business. If you are a founder of something, when you have too many pots burning on the stove, you can't focus on all of them. If he would have had OpenAI embedded into Tesla, the stock probably would be at $500-600 right now. And often I think project selection and company selection is very key. I don't know a human being that can run 7 or 8 successful companies. It's really hard for even a person to be on a board of 8 companies and not run them, let alone actually be CEO or chairman of them. And thirdly, whatever personal demons that he's battling, he has to fix. Even if I look at Tesla has been underneath its 50% retracement of the 5-year for 2 months. And if we stay there for another 3 months, it'll be at 106.84. He bought a terrible media company. Like, you would have been better off buying OnlyFans than buying Twitter. So sometimes, and I think as entrepreneurs, we have to learn, like, once you have a once in a lifetime opportunity, like found in OpenAI, you can't lose it and replace it with something else. Hopefully he will be able to make a turn over this next half decade. I know Kathy has Teslas going to 2000. I don't see it being possible. But I think he needs to trim down the projects that he's working on, begin to work on himself, or we're going to see over the next 10, 15 years, he crashed and turned into like a Trump-like caricature of himself. One of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time. For those who are watching, more money than everybody here on the show, no question. But his leadership over the last 4 or 5 years has been subpar at best. And is it sour grapes? Yeah. That's a lot. And this is the thing why I kept saying, when Tim Cook got to pissing off Elon and Zuckerberg and he was waging war, he also waged war with Sam and then got pushed out. And then Sam ran to protection for Microsoft, which Satya began to act like Suge. He's going to protect that investment. This isn't going to work. OpenAI not only is too important to Microsoft, OpenAI is too important to the back of NVIDIA and the United States economy overall, because without NVIDIA and OpenAI, we will be in an open free fall on the market. Enjoy what you have while you have it. Don't take anything for granted. Be a good leader and focus on the projects you can take care of. Otherwise, you'll end up in the same situation. This lawsuit will go nowhere. He's wasting his fucking time.
You know what Microsoft did?
Margin on Tesla, once again, 19%. Yeah. Margin on NVIDIA is 49 to 51%. I'm hearing the margin on OpenAI is 89%.
89?
And you bought Twitter. Why? Because you was passive.
They kicked him out.
Elon.
Elon, don't do that, Elon. We're not on your platform. But I mean, yeah, I don't think it goes anywhere. But is he wrong? I mean, the mission statement. If you read the mission statement,
everybody has a price.
Is he wrong in what he's saying?
No,
the mission statement.
Ted DiBiase, remember
$1 Million Man.
Rest in peace, Virgil.
What was his famous line?
Everybody has a price when he was talking to Virgil.
Everybody,
and then Virgil left.
In life. And
do you think they actually built that? Like, okay, Elon is a capitalist. What did his father do for a living before Elon came here?
The diamond mine
you
play?
Think he's going to
South Africa, right? Diamond mine play?
So you think that he's going to build one of the greatest technological innovations and it's for charity? Who are we lying to?
I'll tell you this much. Everybody has a price. And yeah, let's just be honest. Once Sam Altman realized that this thing is going to become $1 trillion company, Microsoft comes in and billions of dollars, and you become one of the richest people in world history. Sam Altman is one of the richest people in world history.
Yeah.
It's no longer open. I changed. I'm sorry. It's no longer open sourced. It's now
open for sale.
It's open for sale.
Yeah, that's what
I changed my mind.
You know how Microsoft is handling it?
I changed my mind.
They went and purchased $2 billion they invested $2 billion into Minstrel AI. If y'all not familiar with Minstrel AI, go Google Minstrel AI. It is the number 2 competitor to ChatGPT. Yep. It is the European version. It does have some very distinct differences, but they said, look, we got ChatGPT.
Just in case.
We got Minstrel AI for the Euro play. So the quick Euro step. And now they got the number 1 and 2. So
all-star game.
They're well positioned to take over this AI thing. So shout out to them. They're just watching the game being played and figure out how they're gonna make some acquisitions.
So let's do this. We're gonna talk about Bitcoin, but we need to hit the like button and share. Let's get this bad boy up a little bit. Before we talk about Bitcoin, let's talk about the CEO of Kellogg. Kellogg, legendary cereal brand. Has some interesting commentary. So, it's a lot of people that are struggling in this economy. You have the have and have-nots, and the rich is getting richer while the poor is getting poorer.
Yep.
Permanent recession, and a lot of people are struggling, and there is a food crisis. I believe they said 1 out of every 5 or 1 out of every 4 children is living in poverty, malnourished.
Mm-hmm.
And Lupe Fiasco said something that was extremely insightful one time. He's from the south side of Chicago. He's from the west side of Chicago, and he was saying that he went to go speak to kids at his school, and what he realized was at that school that he went to speak to, the kids were going to school not to learn, or not even to play sports, or not even to have social. They were actually going to school to eat.
Yep.
Because it was a free lunch program. They got free breakfast too, so they got 2 free meals out today. So let's hear what the CEO of Kellogg has to say about this situation.
Some of the things that we're doing is first messaging. We got to reach the consumer where they are. So we're advertising about cereal for dinner. If you think about the cost of cereal for a family versus what they might otherwise do, that's going to be much more affordable.
I'm all for innovation and marketing, but the idea of having cereal for dinner, is there the potential for that to land the wrong way?
We don't think so. In fact, it's landing really well right now, Carl. When we look at all of our data, of course, we would know that breakfast cereal is the #1 choice for in-home consumption. We understand that for breakfast. It turns out that over 25% of our consumption is outside the breakfast occasion. A lot of it's at dinner, and that occasion continues to grow, as well as the snacking occasion. But cereal for dinner is something that is probably more on trend now, and we would expect to continue as that consumer is under pressure.
Yes, sir. It was a few things. One thing that the smile took me out when he was just like, I don't think so, Gary. And he was like, he said, as consumers are under pressure, the under pressure consumers, the cereal for dinner play. Okay.
Can I speak my mind?
Please.
I want everybody on Twitter and Instagram to call for the firing of him immediately. Not only is it insensitive because he's not eating that shit for dinner. Cereal is not healthy. So the food that we allow in the United States of America to be consumed, other countries will not let their dogs eat it. It is not healthy. The nutritional value in cereal over the last 35 years has went down, I think 60 or 70%. And the origin of cereal being mainstream in the United States of America was to drop the testosterone levels of males in the country. I don't think that him and his wife and his friends are eating cereal at night, so I don't think you should ask your consumers to do something that you're not doing. I think it's in poor taste, and opposed to telling them a better option for what that they could do to probably make more money, which is the premise of this show, you're telling them to eat cereal, which is already bad for the kids that eat it. I'm disappointed in him. Stock is okay. I mean, the stock should drop to about $48. The last time the stock had a high was in 2015 at $87. I think he should be fired immediately, though. These are my thoughts. These are reflective of Ian Dunlap and Red Panda only, not Earn Your Leisure, Troy, Mike, Rashad, etc. But he should be fucking fired. Go home immediately. So, and Red Panda, everybody in Red Panda, I don't ever want you to buy Kellogg cereal for the next 5 years. Like, it's bad when Carl Quintanilla tells you to walk it back and you don't. Like, Carl very rarely on air will embarrass somebody and tell you to step your comment back. Like Mark Haynes was the one back in the day that used to do that, and Maria Bartiromo. It's in poor taste. But if he's talking like that now, imagine what other food CEOs are talking about behind the scenes. Like that, if this is a sign that they don't care, I don't know what is. But I think he should step down.
Well, there was a thing called the French Revolution, and there was a woman called Maria Antoinette.
Okay.
And when the people were starving in the street, she said, "Let them eat cake." That's what she said. And they took her head off because of that. I'm not. I
don't want to come off.
No, he's not. This is actually the opening scene in the new Napoleon movie. That's the opening scene.
There you have it. So, and even Tupac had reference, when after a while, when people get so hungry, they're going it's cannibalism. Hungry, I think that was a metaphor, but okay, let's unpack this a little bit. Cereal shouldn't be eaten for any meal
at all.
It's not even a real food, right? It's just made up. It's just made up.
It's
one
of
these
Americans.
Product. Yeah, it's a food product. Exactly. It's not food. It's a food product. So technically, you shouldn't be eating cereal for any meal of the day. But I don't know the difference between eating it for breakfast or dinner. If you're gonna eat, like it's one of these things where it's one of these things, right? Where you make a food to support the dairy industry, right? Even breakfast. The whole thing with breakfast, America is the greatest marketing tool ever. Why do we eat eggs and drink milk for breakfast? because they wanted to support the dairy industry, which are huge lobbyists to Congress. There's never been scientific research that says that eggs are more beneficial at 8 a.m. than they are at 10 p.m. A lot of things we don't question. In life. I don't really eat breakfast food. Technically, you say you're only supposed to actually really eat fruit before 12 o'clock anyway. Flush out your system. So, taking emotion out of this, I think that what he's trying to do is find creative ways to sell his product. Now, product is extremely harmful at any time of the day.
They make Special K?
I don't know.
Special K is that. We're talking about the Frosted Flakes of the world.
So I would say that at best it was uneducated and ill-informed. At best. At worst, it was extremely unsensitive and completely heartless to people that are struggling to actually put food on the table, right?
Yes.
I don't think that cereal at night is a solution to hunger. I don't think that's a solution to hunger.
No.
But we all must have empathy. And I think this is what happens when you lack empathy. What I realized is that there's two worlds, there's two countries in America. And it's hard for the other side to relate to the other side. This is why police brutality, like if you live in a white neighborhood, you've only had good interactions with cops your whole entire life. They come through on like the fire trucks and they give out candy canes and they do like the crossing road when the school closes and stuff like that. So you can never really imagine that a cop would just brutally beat somebody for no reason. It's unfathomable. You have to think, okay, well, they had to do something to deserve this because cops are the greatest people of all time. The flip side to that is that if you grew up in a neighborhood where it was economically depressed, you probably never had a good interaction with a cop ever. You only know them as bad. So you can never really look at a cop as being good. Neither perspective is wrong. It's based off of your own life experiences. Very few people have the opportunity to cross over and see things from the other side. So what ends up happening is that you live a life and you're in your own algorithm. We're all in our own algorithm, right? So you don't really even understand certain things because you never went through it. You don't know anybody that's went through it. So your empathy level has dropped to an all-time low.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of that. So I think we can use this as a learning point. I don't necessarily want to just throw him under the bus. He already threw himself under the bus. But I think that it's important for all of us to have more empathy, us included. Yeah. This is a learning situation that hopefully we can all become better people from, and realize that, you know, if we're fortunate enough to be blessed with some level of prosperity, that's a blessing, but it's never to be taken for granted. And you can never forget humble beginnings and people that may not have as much, because there's always going to be more have-nots than they are haves.
I think empathy is the word. You got it. I think it was completely tone deaf, but it also was, I don't even want to call it shocking. It was very like, okay, this is the type of talk that happens when they think no one's listening. They're just saying it to you out front, straight up. Like completely tone deaf, completely not even caring about the consumer, right? Like take these products and eat. When I was thinking of it, I'm just like, man, I remember when Siegel was saying like most nights ate sleep for dinner just because of the hunger that they didn't have. This dude saying that was just like,
and here's the thing, they're charging more than ever for a smaller box. It's 3/4 air in there.
So here's the thing, right? Before these people, especially every CEO, and we've come in contact with a lot of CEOs and high net worth people. Before they ever speak in public, they have a team of people coaching them on what to say.
Yep. So
at what point were you prompted, right, and went over the questions and here's how you're going to respond? Did he not say like, all right, nobody thought that would be ill-advised? Or they just felt like, yo, I don't care. We didn't
care.
Yeah.
He didn't personally care.
He just didn't give a fuck. Yeah.
Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Mini Wheats, Rice Krispies, Raisin Bran, Pops, Apple Jacks, Vector, Kraken, Honey Smacks, Crave, Smart Start. Pop-Tarts was one of the worst treats you can give a kid.
ever in life.
Nutri-Grain, Eggo, Pringles, Cheez-Its, the Diabetes Factory. Rashad, you can have grace because you are the more poised of us two. I want him fired. These are just the thoughts of Ian Dunlap, Red Panda LLC, and Red Panda Rebellion.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, I forgot her name, but Goddess, I heard you. She said Special K is not good, Mr. Birthday Man. So
No.
I'm with you. You know better than me.
Oh,
I haven't had. I'm sorry.
Kellogg,
No.
call my phone.
They're great.
Kellogg, call my phone. I might be able to help you with this. Call my phone.
Yeah. We'll turn this thing around.
For what price? Everybody got a price. What price?
No, we can't talk about that right here.
The other number. Call the other number. Okay.
We changed.
The moment has come.
Big facts.
The moment has come. Breaking news alert. Bitcoin has reached an all-time high.
Yes.
All-time high alert.
Finally.
Fastly approaching $69,000.
Let's see where we're at.
Mike, change
the title to Bitcoin has reached all-time high.
This is live.
This is a moment. This is a moment in history, and it's happened during Market Monday. Because this is God's favorite show.
Big facts from your mouth to God's ears.
Yes.
So, being that this is a moment, we have to take a moment to talk about the mighty, mighty Bitcoin. It's been a tremendous ride. And for all you crypto enthusiasts that said that we haven't talked about Bitcoin, I don't know where that comes from. If you type in Bitcoin or crypto on Earn Your Leisure's YouTube channel, there's over 72 videos that come up dating back over 4 years. We've always talked about crypto. We've talked about crypto with Hill Harper, with Bitcoin Boy, with Mike Novogratz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've talked about Bitcoin. We talked about Ethereum. We talked about Ripple. We've talked about
XLM.
We've talked about it. We've had classes on it. We've had a whole thing. Okay. So what's the deal? Bitcoin, all-time high. Where does it go from here? Is it a good time to invest? Will it pull back? What'll happen after halving? I think one of these banks said that after halving, Bitcoin is going to have a major pullback. So everybody's talking about Bitcoin, but we're here to educate people on the best and most intelligent ways to make money. So what is the science when it comes to Bitcoin?
Well, two reasons that it's gone up a hell of a lot. Fan favorite amongst the people because they want to be detached from the banking system that has been failing us for 150 years. And then the banks came in and bought the majority of it up. I said earlier, BlackRock and Fidelity have 17.8 billion worth of it. Currently, I'm hearing by summer that number could be up to 24 billion worth. But the emergence and insurgence of Bitcoin is reflective of how much people hate banks and the normal financial institutions that we have right now. Like New York Community Bank, ticker NYCB, is falling apart. No one wants to talk about it. It's currently at $2.73. In 2004 is at $35. Like this is a .com level crash that no one is talking about. For 50 years, they told us only 7 to 12% was possible. And on some days, some cryptocurrencies get 15 to 30% run inside of a day. I think we are seeing a changing of the guard. The people are becoming in power. Shout out to all of you that bought in when I told you at 28,000 and 20,000. Yes, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. How far do I think it could go? Do I think it'll hit 100,000 this year? Probably not. I think it'll pull back next year. It will for sure. But I think we should get to like 86,401 if we stay at this pace by end of year. Would there be a pullback? Yes, at some point, but continue to buy. The thing that I want to stress in stocks, Bitcoin, anything that you believe in, buy every month and every quarter, and you will be fine. We've talked about dollar cost averaging. You don't need more information. You need more execution. Please put more execution in chat. Shout out to Joe. Joe screamed it. Rashard, his name's Rashad. Rashard, right? Rashard. Joe's up on Bitcoin and Microsoft. Great. Keep buying. Pick the number and put it in chat. How much will you buy every week? IBIT is an option if you cannot afford it. GBTC is a good option as well if you want exposure to Bitcoin. Those are two that you can pick up on the equity side. But continue to invest for the long term. I know 2022 was rough for Bitcoin. I know it was hovering around 30,000 forever. Is now the time to buy? No, it's at an all-time fucking high. No, you gotta wait for it to pull back. I'm sorry, you didn't listen for the last year. We talked about it here. They talked about it with the over at BlackRock. We talked about it at InvestFed. Like, pick how much you're going to buy every month, or you're going to miss out and be upset. We're almost at 4 years and doing the show. We talked about Bitcoin year one. Have you bought enough? My 4 Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, you'll be good. Is altcoin season coming? Yes, altcoin is going to come as a result. But I'm really worried about the banks in the same fashion in which I'm worried if sports betting gets hot enough, it's going to put pressure on the passive market. I think banks are dead. Like, 2 things I want to talk about in the future: the death of the NBA and the death of the traditional bank.
The NBA,
I
the
know.
National Basketball Association?
No. MBA.
Oh, okay.
Business school. No. I'm not crazy, but I'm not crazy. Oh, no. But like, if you look at Bank of America last high was in 2006. They've done okay. I think Moynihan's a great CEO. It's at 35.15. But if you've held all this time, you got better. I mean, you got better returns in Litecoin back in the day. Let alone Ethereum or Ripple. So I think we're seeing a changing of the guard. And because my same issue with Apple, they're not innovating for 3 months now. Banks have had this issue since 2007, 2008. When the crash happened, everyone was expecting the banks to do better by the people. And when everyone got bailed out, it went back to business as usual, right? And then here comes crypto to save the day. People want higher returns as inflation is going up. And I keep telling the banks that if you don't make any adjustments, the crypto space is going to eat your lunch. And here we are. And because since BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity have gotten in, I don't think this trend is going to stop anytime soon. I got to go on to 86,000 and some change by the end of the year.
So, okay. Mike, you could, okay. Rashard. Shout out to Joe Button. He, okay. You don't buy any investments at all-time high. That's the golden
Never.
rule. Unless you're dollar cost averaging, which that's what Joe said he was doing, right? $250 a week in Bitcoin.
Yep.
So, all right. So let's just do this, because this is 7,500 people on here right now. So I'm assuming that a lot of people are not invested in Bitcoin, but they want to invest in Bitcoin. Should they start right now in dollar? You should not just put a lump sum of money in. We established that.
No, especially at a high.
Should they start right now and just start their dollar cost averaging? If you don't know what dollar cost averaging is, that's when you put small amounts of money in on a weekly or monthly basis. So you put $100 a week in, or you put $300 a month, whatever you can afford. You just do it every single time, on the 15th of every month or every 2 weeks. You don't think about it. It's discipline. It comes out, and that's that. Or should they wait for a pullback? Because a pullback will happen at some point in time. We know that. But should they wait for a pullback to happen and invest? And how do they know what's a good pullback to invest in?
I like it. They should do both. So I'll give 3 prices why I like it. I like it at 54,126. I like it at 50,588. And if you're chasing, just like 59,000. If it does not get there by the 20th of this month, I would just put 1,000 in every month and accumulate.
Or whatever you can afford.
Or whatever. But I'll speak to the man. Make the sacrifice and put the 1,000 a month in.
Well, everybody doesn't have $1,000 a month.
They do when it's time to go have sex and go on dates. I don't want to hear this no more, yo.
Oh, man.
I want to hear this shit. No, like, what are we talking about? And for the ones who don't, they're probably not watching this show. But I would double up, or I would message us and be like, hey, I'm a OpenAI chat GPT expert. If y'all can set up the Klarna play where I can get 700 agents working for me at one time, I'll pay you 15 grand a month for that. You have to go find ways to hustle to accumulate more money. But you're right. If you can't afford 1,000, do 250, but find a way to make the 1,000. Because off of that 1,000 in 5 or 6 years, for every 1,000 you put in, you should have 5,000 or 6,000 back.
So let me ask you this, because we talk about stocks most of the time. What should be the makeup of somebody that's looking to invest, right? Let's say they have $1,000. Let's keep it a round number. They have $1,000 that they want to invest every single month. What's the makeup between stocks and crypto or Bitcoin?
You can argue that the new 60-40 should be 60% stocks and 40% crypto. I think the bond market is in shambles and no one wants to talk about it. The bond market has been falling apart damn near since 2020 and has not recovered. .com like crash. So I would do 40% crypto if I'm less younger than 40 years old. I would do 70-30 if I'm older than that, and then have exposure that way. That would be my split or my matrix.
And what do you think about, because this will happen, and I'm sure for a lot of people who are beginners in the crypto space, they'll see Bitcoin at 68,000, and then they'll start discovering some of these other coins. Ethereum obviously at 3,600. What are your thoughts of
my baby Doge yet? Hold on.
Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to say, I don't have money to invest in that. Where can I find somewhere where I can get a percentage? Then you start investing in all these shit coins. What's the?
I mean, I've said it before. I like Doge at 6 cents, 5 cents. It went there a few months ago. It's at 21. If you're going to do like some of the shit coins, like you have to know that they're only trades. Get in and out 3 months, 6 months. If you triple your money or quintuple your money, get out and then put it into a bigger player like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, something safer. But you have to have discipline. If you choose to gamble, that is on you. Like, we have to realize that like everyone here is adults. Either you choose to gamble or do the safe thing every day, every week. It's up to you. Some people like to gamble because they like to self-sabotage.
Okay.
I've heard that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit the like button and share. We are headed into the 9th inning.
Final stretch is upon us.
Let's talk about Oprah Winfrey, a legend in the game.
Absolute legend.
Somebody that's changed the game a few different times.
Yep.
And Dr. Phil made a bag off of Oprah Winfrey. What's the girl?
Power Partnerships.
Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray. Nick Burkus.
Nick Burkus.
Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz.
Gail King.
At least gotta get one black person in there. Shout out to Oprah.
No,
gotta get one. Gotta get one.
She's a great mentor to Tyler Perry.
Right?
Gotta get one.
Gotcha.
Okay, Oprah, man, legendary in the game. Shout out to Oprah. These are just jokes for anybody 85 South.
Yes.
Big facts. We do not want the Oprah drama. Auntie Oprah, we just joking. This is AI.
For sure. So, but Oprah, she's been a thing where she's very influential, obviously. And her weight has been an issue for at least 30 years. And it's up and down. It's been up and down, up and down. And she was Weight Watchers brand ambassador. I don't know if she had equity or not, but she Weight Watchers. When you thought of Weight Watchers, you thought of Oprah for years. And recently she lost a lot of weight. She was looking very slim. And she announced a few days ago that she is no longer with Weight Watchers, sent their stock plummeting. Their stock dropped so much that they actually had to report to the SEC. That's how much influence. That's how much influence that she had. She said that her weight loss has because she started to take a weight loss pill, which everybody, that's the wave. Weight loss pills are the wave right now. Ozempic and a bunch of other ones.
On fire.
Yeah, that's moving like blue tops out there.
You call them blue tops?
That's how it's moving. So blue magic for sure. So
red top, blue top.
as one person's downfall is another person's uprising.
Yep.
So, and there's opportunities in every crisis. So there's a crisis in America when it comes to obesity. Childhood obesity is at record-breaking levels. I think they said 1 out of every 3 children in the U.S. is obese now, and adult obesity is, I don't even know what it is, but it's bad.
Staggering.
And Kellogg's contributes to that.
That's a fact.
For sure. So, but that's a crisis, so there's opportunity in that crisis, right? And these weight loss pills are just moving off the shelves. And the companies that are supplying these weight loss medications, stocks has been going crazy.
Yep. NVO, Lilly.
Eli Lilly. Eli
heard of it.
Lilly, the one that, talking about for a long time. Ian has always talked about Eli Lilly. Their stock has, I think they're up 150% for this year. That over 700, I think like 780 or something like that right now. Analysts call for analysts saying that they're going to reach $1,000. They're going to be the next $1,000 stock. And they're not the only one. So this is this for an investor. Because when I saw it on Today's Show. When I saw the news, the first thing I thought about was Eli Lilly and weight loss drugs. I'm like, oh, this is great news for these weight loss drugs. So for people that's looking for the next big thing, all signs would point to weight loss medication booming. They said it's going to become $100 billion operation. And I think it's going to be even more, because I don't see people starting to eat healthy. They're only eating worse. People are just eating worse now.
No. The companies are only making worse food. Can we be honest?
Yeah, that was part of what she was saying. That's part of what she was saying.
Food companies are manufacturing crap.
She was saying that obesity is a disease.
It's a choice too. It's a choice. We have to take some level.
I hear what you're saying.
We have to take some level.
I'm just saying what, and because it was interesting, right? If the weight loss drugs has become something that is prominent and communicate everywhere, right? You see it everywhere over the past 2 to 3 years, right? But how long did Oprah have these pills? Far greater than the public would know, right?
I'm not sure, but I'll say this.
Would you assume?
Let's not put that on Auntie Oprah jacket.
I'll say this. We have to take some responsibility as a society, because when a lot of us are making conscious decisions to feed ourselves cancer. If you still eat McDonald's in 2024 and you are an adult, if you're over the age of 25 and you're eating McDonald's, I don't knock you, but it's similar to smoking cigarettes, right? It's similar. Like if you smoke cigarettes, I don't knock somebody that's smoking cigarettes, but you're making a conscious decision that it's a very high probability that you're going to get cancer. It's proven. It's been proven. So if you make a
are you going to talk about Zuckerberg? You're not. Okay.
If you make a conscious decision to eat a double,
he's raised his hand.
Whopper.
No, let Rashad finish.
Burger King, but yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's. If you're making
a conscious decision, it's a poor health decision.
You're making a conscious decision to go in there. There's consequences that come with that.
Yeah.
We can't always just blame somebody else. We got to take some self accountability here.
So that was the other side of it, right? Like if somebody has a disease, it's almost like alcoholism is a disease, right? Like, yes, you're making a conscious decision to drink or consume, but there are parts of it's a disease.
To make you want to eat McDonald's, that's a disease?
I'm not saying McDonald's specifically, but I'm saying unhealthy choices when you're consuming food.
There's a disease to make you want to have fast food. That's
unhealthy choices is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an addiction. But see, somebody just put that. It's an addiction.
Okay. Yeah.
Camaraderie and not messing with broadcast and learning. If that's the case, is the wealth gap a choice? Because that's a systemic issue that's been going on for 300 years by design. For you dodos who said if black people just pick themselves up by the bootstraps and invest, it ain't that fucking simple. So, in the same fashion, if the food industry by design is in tandem with the drug administration, if I sell you food that make you sick and then y'all sell the Ozempic, ain't that a cartel?
For sure.
Yes.
Because the food, even when we go to London, people are like, yo, this food bland. I'm like, no, this what food tastes like without all the chemicals in it.
That's what I said. When they had Zuckerberg, he was eating McDonald's out the country. He said it's 4-star Michelin.
Well, I don't know about 4-star Michelin, but
that's what he said. I ain't say
even fruit is contaminated, so you can't escape. In America, you can't escape it. But I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that there are some conscious decisions that we can do better as a society. That's all. Chili. If you're still eating chili cheese fries and hot dogs, and gizzards,
Frank,
and gizzards.
Oh, that's it.
Chitlins.
Gizzards.
That's probably not the best. That's probably not the best way to go about it. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
You said we got to be more empathetic.
I'm being very empathetic.
I'm empathizing with the people who have an addiction. That's what I'm doing.
And if the additives and the MSG causes the addiction, because of lobbying, there's no charges.
It's a tough battle. It's a tough battle.
Well, let's talk about how you can make money off this situation, shall we?
Yes.
Oh,
As I mentioned before, Eli Lilly.
Yes.
and
Yes, in chat. Novo, NVO.
let's talk about Novo. Let's talk about Novo because we haven't talked about them a lot. We talked about Eli Lilly a lot, but Novo. Let's talk about Novo, shall we?
Yeah. Great company.
Because Novo actually makes
Ozempic,
right?
Yeah.
Ozempic is the leading.
And Wegovy.
So they're the manufacturers of this.
Yeah. So they have the number 1 and number 3 weight loss drug. So Moderna, which is what Eli Lilly makes, that wasn't even a weight loss drug, right? So everybody has a historical context with it, right? That was for diabetes. Their drug that they're actually making specifically for weight loss is Zepbound. So that's where it's like, okay, these 4 drugs, they're going to run the market. I don't know if there's going to be another. 4 is a lot.
2 tech players of the weight loss. Go with the top 4. Just keep it simple.
Those are the top 4 products. There's 2 companies that are making them. Stay right there.
So Novo actually has an advantage over Eli Lilly when it comes to this particular subject because they have
particular, but overall, no. But
not overall, but in the weight loss pill market,
they are the champs because Ozempic. I mean,
they're
most people
they're like the Medellin.
When people think weight loss pill, they think Ozempic. That's the first thing you think is Ozempic.
Medellin and Colombia and Cali cartels.
Yeah,
similar.
They're the only ones moving. They got the strongest. They got the best product on the block,
and it's only getting better.
Aztecs,
and they're going. They only going to have more customers.
So, what's the outlook for investing in these companies?
I love them both. If you put them together, I always say invest in the top 2 in the sector. Novo operating margin is 43%. Absolutely amazing. Revenue is amazing. Return on equity is 73.2%. Return on assets is 24%. Great job. Like you said, they own the number 1 and number 3. And then Eli Lilly in combination, if you put them 2 together, Eli Lilly profit margin is 15%. Institutional ownership is 84%, which is a great sign. And return on equity is 47%. So my only concern is who is going to be the first to have a recall. And there's some hard side effects to these drugs. So the first one that says, hey, you got to get your lower intestine removed if you use it for longer than 3 years won't be favorable. And there'll be a short on one of these stocks. But in the interim, Novo and Lilly are the dream team in this weight loss space. Dr. Miami, you are in trouble. Weight Watchers, you are in trouble. Most companies that are selling nutritional value, and if we can be honest about Weight Watchers, it is a classic case of having a great promise but an inferior product.
Well, you brought something. You said something that was insightful. You said something that was extremely insightful because I've spoken to some people that's taking these medications, and every single person that I spoke to had negative side effects. Every single person,
horrible effects.
So at some point, potentially, right? Who knows? There could be a class action lawsuit. There could be. It's still new too. We don't know the long-term side effects. So even investing in these companies is like, all right, it's going crazy. It's going up right now, but it could be like the tobacco industry in 10 years when all of these side effects really start to come out. If they do, I'm not saying that they will.
Ozempic, constipation, abdominal pain, blurred vision, bloating, headache, rapid heartbeat, heartburn, gallbladder issue, kidney disease, thyroid cancer, dizziness, diarrhea.
And with all that being said,
that's like the Ghana water.
People are signing up every day to get it because of the results.
Well, because the alternative
until somebody's stomach has to be removed.
The alternative is that you're going to die of obesity, or you're going to have high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol. You're going to have to be on dialysis. So it's like, trade-off, I guess, one of these things. Would you rather be morbidly obese, or would you rather have diarrhea?
I think they're going to take diarrhea.
I mean, they're going to take the Moderna, so they don't have to do 50 parts of why I married this dodo.
Shout out to her. Shout out to her.
Oh, what
skinny real quick.
Shout out to her.
But Eli Lilly is a company that does more than just this, right? They do a variety of different things.
Lilly's been, I would argue, Lilly is the Apple of
the healthcare space. That's what he's going to say. The Apple of the healthcare space. So they are projected to be the next $1 trillion company, which is, I mean, just think about that. A few years ago, we didn't know there wasn't any $1 trillion companies, and now we have another one that is about to be added. Ian, I'm assuming you're going to say of the healthcare.
Tim Cook, I'm so sorry. The thoughts and reviews that I had earlier, I completely take back. Best technology company of all time. Please forgive me, my technology lord. Let me stay on stream.
Technology lord.
I was finishing your sentence. They are.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So we're bullish when it comes to healthcare. Healthcare is the biggest expenditure for the United States government, more than the military.
Mm-hmm.
So this healthcare situation, everybody talks about AI all the time and technology, but the amount of money that is currently being spent on healthcare and the amount of money that will continue to be spent on healthcare is astonishing. Yep. It's actually astonishing. And then you got so many different facets of healthcare. I was just watching the news and they talking about the fentanyl crisis. Oh, wow. So that's going to be a whole situation. I think fentanyl is the number one killer of 18 to 25-year-olds. I think right now it's crazy. It's going crazy. The fentanyl pack is going crazy. So at some point in time, you're going to have medication for fentanyl. It's like methadone.
They have one.
They got the lean you off of it.
Yeah.
Who's making that?
We're gonna look into that.
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
No, say that. I'm not gonna say that. Stop just Lily, real quick. Like we said, I'm looking at all these precedents. So the price target they have it at gaining an additional 33% for the rest of this year. Think about that.
Yeah, my two-year target is 1,062.
They are targeting opening the India market with the new obesity drug. So you're talking about a population of over 2 billion now? 2 billion?
Yeah, I think it's 2 billion.
So that's a huge market. This is one of them ones, man. This is one of them ones. Which is why when I show you those results, it was definitely in the portfolio. It has to be. If it's not in your portfolio, please make it.
And then we give that away for you. Get a call away for free too on Market Mondays, didn't you?
That is a fact. But who's counting?
We are. Yeah. Eli Lilly was at what price? 4 years ago? Let me see. No, in October of 22 was at 132.
That's insane.
Hold for the long term. Oh, to whom it may concern, you cannot day trade your way to freedom. You're gonna lose your scalp trying to scalp. Long term first, then swing trade, then intraday trade. QQQ, Franklin Dynatech, Rashad went crazy. Ian, you don't know what the hell you talking about with TikTok, social media. My shit, boy, Meta. He was right. I call Lily, Novo, Apple, Nvidia. We not gonna act like I ain't call these. Okay, we're a team. So if you listen to all the advice here, if you've been watching 4 years, you should be up like 3,000-4,000% if you do options. If you don't, you should be up 500% long term.
Build your foundation. Make sure it's strong.
Yep.
Please.
And if you don't build your foundation, don't be a sucker when you don't.
That's
back
also
to you guys. I'm Suge Knight energy tonight.
Public service announcement. SMCI.
Yo,
oh baby,
are you kidding me?
What the hell?
Oh,
are you kidding me?
One of these
yeah.
things.
This is one of the ones I wish I would have called top of the year, but I didn't. But it's a great benefactor from the Nvidia, AMD, AI space.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep saying like Sam and OpenAI is the catalyst for the economy doing well. But I think Supermicro took advantage of it as well when people were looking for other semis to invest in. And I think this is part of the reason, like, because TSM still has the geopolitical issue, they were able to come in and take great advantage of it. It's gone up a lot. It's shot past every target that I thought it could hit. It's at 1,074 now.
It was at 98. It was at $98 a year ago.
Yeah, it was up $261 at its peak today.
Yeah, so it should pull back. In 2 years, I got it going to 1,600, but if it gets back to 649, I like it. I love it at 520, like love it at 528. But don't buy at these highs. Wait for it to pull back and then get back in, and you'll be good. But it's been a hell of a run for sure. And this is the power of holding for a multi-year period, because you'll have a sector breakout and all the hedge funds, Dan Ives, all the pension funds will get behind it at one time, and then we'll take off in a parabolic fashion. So, like, that's why I always say hold quality, because The way SMCI is performing and Nvidia perform, that's supposed to be Elon. He dropped the bag. He dropped the ball and the bag, passing out Molly water. None in mine. Like, so because EV is not doing well, and China probably will be the biggest benefactor of the EV space, he ruined the market for EVs in the United States of America. And then here comes Nvidia and OpenAI at the same time with a brilliant plan to help the economy and help companies across the world. Hold for a multi-year period if you want to get rich. If I've made you money, please put yes in chat. Market Mondays is the greatest show on earth. I love y'all, but stop holding for a short period of time and expecting to get rich. You got to hold for 3 or 4 years.
At least.
Yep.
At least. Almost 8,000 on the check-in.
Shout out to y'all.
The rumors of our demise were greatly
exaggerated. And we 20. They don't like that either, yo. We finna be besties for real. Oh, y'all done see that blackout coming. Oh, baby.
Blackout. The blackout hour. 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Unfiltered, uncut. We have a guest this week. Okay. Magnificent 7.
Troy, go ahead.
Blackout. They blacked them out.
They blacked you out, Ian. It's Wednesday. The class is Wednesday. I see keep people typing it in. It's Wednesday, y'all.
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
The Magnificent 7 is a collection of 7 stocks. It is Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, Meta.
And Tesla needs to come out that list, I'm gonna be honest.
Amazon?
And I think I said that or Google.
Google. Apple, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia.
These are the companies that have been carrying the stock market over the last 18 months.
Yep.
Now, for the S&P 500, the other 493 companies, is there any hope for the other 493 companies in the stock?
Yeah, we just talked about one. Eli Lilly's
I was gonna say Lilly's doing well. TSM is
we ran into the CEO of Visa. Great job, and he got a moat built in. Home Depot, I like. Costco is solid. AMD is in there. Like, I know it's sexy to just say it's 7, but there are some other companies in there that are great. Netflix has had a hell of a rebound. Walmart is good. Go through the list. I like Linde a little bit. Ticker LIN. Intel, terrible. Comcast, terrible. Caterpillar, I like. IBM, horrible.
Chipotle's been killing. Broadcom has been killing.
ServiceNow is decent. Amgen, if you get it at the right price, is good. Intuitive Surgical is pretty good. So there are some in there, but because the weighting of them is skewed a certain way, and most are given the greatest gains, I think people forget that there are other companies in there that are doing pretty well. Like Bookings is what price is Bookings at?
Oh, was it last? It was
3,500, 3,400.
Yeah, exactly.
It's some but you have to go dig through and look. There are some great companies in there. I think the gains have just been incredible. Mondelez I like for international play. John Deere I like long term. So they're there. You just have to go dig a little bit. And I think it's like the gap between the A-list companies and the B are so wide. But also, if we're going to be super honest, even in that Elite 8, Magnificent 7, Fang, those were the stocks that all the hedge funds were rotating, and they made that thing a thing. Like, if we're going to be very honest, like Nvidia and benefited greatly because of the boom of Bitcoin, the boom of everyone staying at home, and the gaming community. But then it became fashionable for all the companies to buy all the chips to get a technological edge. Like I've told you guys, when I traded before, like when I would do the Dream Team trading room, I would see my moves 2 seconds before everyone else. That's me getting a custom computer. Like, what do you think Zuckerberg is seeing? Like, if they have 3,000 of them, right? So I think they just made a good moment and took advantage of it. When AMD was like resting on their laurels, Jensen put his foot on the gas and made a business use case for the productivity. And when everyone was focused on tech and building social media and all these dumbass apps, he came in with a real solution and was able to take advantage of the market. But there are good companies here for sure. It's just not. I wish it was 300 of them. It's not 300 great ones.
It's definitely not 300. I want to know what your thoughts on my Disney. You know, I've been talking about Disney for years now. Obviously, I am a shareholder. I saw a post. I think maybe it was you or Trap Y'all agreed on some of your thoughts about Disney, but contrary to some of the things y'all said, it is up 40% over the past 6 months. It's up 25% this year. What are your thoughts on Disney finally turning it around? Because I'm seeing the momentum. I'm seeing the trend starting to change a little bit. Got to lay some people off. Got to do some restructuring.
Oh, if they do the Zuckerberg and lay 20,000 people off, that'd be great.
They're figuring out what they're going to do with
the metaverse for work.
Yeah, they figured out some of the things with ESPN. You got the betting now. You got a lot of things moving in the right direction. They cut back on studios. It's up 40%.
Listen, I'm gonna be Shotty. Blackout, or you gonna give like a whiteout answer?
Whiteout, please.
Whiteout answer. Disney, given the leadership that they currently have and current business model, they do have the potential in 2026 to possibly recover. Back to you guys.
Very kind of you.
Yeah.
Very kind of you, sir.
I do think Bob Iger should keep that seat. One thing that we haven't talked about enough, they have to find a way to restructure the debt on those properties for Disneyland, Disney World. Like, I know that's an iconic symbol of America in the theme park, but I think at some point they're going to have to get those parks off the books, man. It's too much dead weight on the business. Like, they got to cut out all the, and I hate even saying it because I sound like a MAGA boy, but like all the super woke messaging in the Disney, like they're doing too much with that. ESPN, a little bit better, still in shambles, but profit margin,
there's still a board issue.
And a margin, like their profit margin is 2.65%. That's profit margin. I don't care what you're selling. Like, Mickey could sell the fitney to the kids in the cotton candy. Like, if you're getting 2%, my boy, what are we talking about? How can you have a board that sits up there and collects what they collect and get Class A shares, and the profit margin still is 2%? And it has been for like 4 or 5 years. I get COVID. So let's erase 2020 through 2022.
Okay.
What?
That's how you feel. That's how you really feel.
They took them off. They took them off.
They took them off. It's talking crazy about Disney. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really appreciate that as a shareholder.
So let's talk about the Japan play before we leave. Ian, are you there?
They got him back in here.
Are you there?
I got him.
And for the record, this is not Rashad kicking me out of the meeting for y'all start your little internet rumors, right? Yeah, the Nikkei, let's talk about it real quick. One of my favorite futures to trade maybe 3 or 4 times a year. But when everyone was wondering what was going on with China, the Nikkei 225 had a hell of a rebound over the last 30 years. But since 2020, it was at 16,625. It's currently at 39,000. So if you want international exposure to Asia, I think that the Nikkei gives you a better bang for your buck than all of the issues that's going on in the CCP. Japan is not going to war with us. We're not going to war with them. And as a result, the stock has done incredibly well. If you look over the last 5 years, for the most part, it's been a straight up train. Of course, 2020 had some issues. In March of 2022 had a few issues. It was relatively flat, but it broke out last year. This year opened up at 33,155. We're at 39,820. If you want international exposure, Japan is better than China. And maybe if Disney takes some of them parks to Japan, they'll do a lot better. But going back to the index exposure, the Nikkei is one that I think is slept on, that people are not looking at enough.
Yeah, Nikkei all-time highs.
Yeah.
We're watching that. Yep, definitely.
Let's talk about Donald Trump.
Your boy. No, I'm joking.
You've been cleared. Colorado.
The Supreme Court, Colorado.
Oh man,
the Colorado Supreme Court a while back voted that he would be ineligible to be on the ballot in Colorado because I think it's the 14th Amendment, but there's one of these amendments where if you start an insurrection, you can't become president. You know, you can't just start a revolt and then become the leader of the country. So they thought that he was responsible for insurrection, but the Supreme Court of the United States voted unanimously to overturn that situation. Yeah. So it looks like today is Super Tuesday too, Nikki Haley.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Super Tuesday. Nikki Haley's staying in the race.
It's over.
Why?
No, it's over.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, and political coverage. It's a waste of time. No disrespect, but it's just
so
over.
the pathway has been cleared for Donald Trump. It looks like the pathway is cleared for Donald Trump to run for the Republican nominee. Well, run for president. He's going to win the Republican nominee. And Joe Biden is the current president. Looks like he's going to run again. And we've heard Kamala Harris, the vice president, spoke out in favor of a ceasefire in Israel, Gaza situation. 30,000 Palestinians have been killed so far. Terrible situation.
Yep.
Okay. Where do we stand with the political situation? And we haven't done this in a while, but
yep.
Who do you think is going to become the next president?
I need to all my people in Chicago go to Oak Park and go to the library. Zoom in on me. Dear Auntie Shell, I know you don't want to be in the public spotlight, but I'm begging you to leave Illinois and please run. Because if not, once I saw that ballot was overturned, I was like, it is going to be a landslide for Trump. I'm seeing a lot of black people be excited about Trump. I don't know what's going on with y'all and if y'all been drinking Molly water, but have at it. But I think it's very clear that Trump is going to have a huge victory come November if Auntie Shell does not come out of Illinois and run for president. I don't think Biden gets the job done. To Kamala, whatever I can do to support you and we can do to support you, please let us know. But I think it's going to be a what did Barack say? A shellacking. Democrats, y'all gonna get shellacked. I think maybe Robert Kennedy will pick up 3% of the votes, 5% maybe. I know there's talks about an independent party, but the lobbyists will not get behind that, so that's null and void. I think it's going to be very clear that Trump wins, and then we're going to go through what we went through before. I think the first year will be good, and then after that, it's going to be hell on earth because of bad leadership. So, dear Auntie Shell, I love you dearly. I know you spend the time with the kids and Barry, but please run for office. Shit is bad.
Going Barry, bro?
This is gray out. I'm from the Midwest, and I'm an 11 life path like he is. So
they try to figure out who Auntie Shell. You're referring to Michelle Obama. I know who you're referring to. I just want to make sure everybody knows who you're referring to.
If she don't run, it's over with. Like, it's so bad. The Republicans wanted The Rock to run, and Rock ran back to Vince McMahon in the freak-offs.
Vince McMahon is no part of the WWE.
He went to SmackDown. SmackDown not even the main program. He went to the second tier. No. You're not going to ruin my aspirations.
I would say this. I would be interested to hear more from Kamala Harris.
Me too.
I think that she's very pivotal if Joe Biden is going to pull it off, because I think that he has eroded his support in a variety of different ways. I think that people are very nervous of him as far as his age and his abilities to think clearly and communicate clearly. So I think that she has to become more vocal, because let's just face it, there's a good chance that if he does win, she'll be president. It's one of these things, right? 4 years is a long time. Yeah. So
his doctor said he got a clean bill.
They gave Mitch McConnell a clean bill, and he's glitching.
Big facts, and he glitching like worse than me tonight.
He hanging it up though, but at least he hanging it up.
But they gave Mitch McConnell a clean bill.
That's a fact.
Shout out to that doctor. He probably got $1 million raise for
the original deep freeze.
The money line, right now, I would say is in Trump's favor. The money line is in Trump's favor, for sure. It's in his favor. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Let's see what the Democrats have in store.
Nothing.
There you have it.
Black him out.
Black him out, ladies and gentlemen. The views expressed by Ian Dunlap
His and his alone. he came back on a different
they
screen.
took him off of this.
Now he got a whole different screen.
This is what happens when you go against the United States
So
government.
you said you got him ahead. I don't.
I mean, it's obvious that he's ahead. I've always had him ahead. You know, Trump is one of these people that he's like Elon Musk, magical touch. Like the guy's special, man. He's a special person, and I don't really know what it is, but people love him. They really do. They really
love him.
They really love him.
I think it's a toss up.
It's not a toss up at all.
I think it is. I think it is.
It's really not.
I really do. Because there's obviously, I mean, he can galvanize like nobody else has. I don't know, man. I just don't trust any of these polls. Like when I see the Quinnipiac or I see Siena or any of these polls, I just don't believe it because it's like, who is your target audience? Kind of like how they broke it down to us when we're Roland Martin. But when people actually have to go out and vote, will they make that choice? I don't know. I think we're 50-50 right here.
Hey, Shotty, you got the Neuralink underneath the hat?
The Neuralink play.
I hear you, but I think it's a clear landslide.
You say landslide? As we get closer, we'll just keep revisiting this.
Will Biden debate?
I think he would want to. He would want to. He probably feels like that's a strength, right? But if we watch the history of any debate with Trump, it's just been like a show more than it is like, yeah, we're actually going to get anything accomplished. It's more like this is a pony show, and how can I make the clip that's going to embarrass you? It becomes like a media moment, and if that, he'll win at that all the time. So I don't know. I mean, he'll probably want to because he thinks it's a strength, but I'm sure Trump will figure out how to create moments out of it without getting anything across.
Whatever Biden has to say is going to look worse than Murder Mook's house.
Chill.
Murder Mook.
Chill.
Shout out to Murder Mook.
Chill. That's New York, man. What you doing?
Shout out to Murder
Mook. Shout out to New York. We got to call a spade a spade.
You about to be in his next verse.
Damn.
Him, listen. I go get a verb or somebody. Hey, I go pay every Sue Surf out of jail. I go pay everybody.
Hold your head, bro.
Shout out to my guy.
Yeah, hold your head.
Shout out to
All right. Before we leave,
Shotty, you tired of me already?
No. Sure not.
And even with this, the economy is so bad, right? So many trickery games being played in politics too. The damn CEO of Vanguard stepped down. That's when I got scared.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Everyone was like, he's been there 33 years. This man never speaks. So for him to announce that he's stepping down, while 11 billion shares have been sold off by the most powerful CEOs of all time, I said, oh man, something's coming.
So what's coming? What's coming?
You said you led by saying the economy is bad.
It's not good if the Kellogg CEO telling people to eat cereal for dinner. What's coming? Shit, if Trump get back in office, it's not going to be good. I'll say that. And we still have not, this inverted yield curve has been inverted for a long period of time. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, okay, Rashad, you're a financial advisor. If I told you bonds would be negative for 3 years, you would be like, yo, you on dust.
You think Trump is bad for the economy?
I think, honest opinion, I think he'll be great for the first year and a half. I think he may be able to smooth some things out with Putin. Now, if he can get him to stand down and have Putin come to a concession on Ukraine, it's going to help the world economy. But I don't know if he's going to be great for the economy. First 2 years he was in office, not bad. Stock market did relatively well because of economic, if we're going to be engineering, if we're going to be honest, but they're not going to drop rates back down to zero. Different climate. It's a different climate, different players. Is he going to be better than Biden for the economy? Maybe 2 or 3%. But like, if we look at where we are with the GDP, we're going $1 trillion in debt every 115 days now. That's tough. Negative, for the record. That's a lot for any person to take on. But what do you think? We can have a little blackout moment.
No. Can't have no blackout moments. We got to say that.
I think Trump, I don't think any president is going to completely tanked. The last president that was completely tanked the economy was George Bush. Remember him? Junior.
George W.
Junior.
It fell on his lap, but that
He's
was
the third.
Rumsfeld was really
They changed
president.
the middle name, so you ain't couldn't get
Rumsfeld did that.
Whatever. Bush.
the dub.
He screwed up everything. He's probably one of the worst presidents in American history.
Would you take Bush over Trump now?
Bush is probably the worst president in American history.
I think they
Post
have
9/11, would everybody say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started two wars.
Yeah.
He started two wars, lied about the Iraq situation. Look, 15 people from Saudi Arabia crashed buildings. We started a war in Afghanistan and Iraq. Go figure.
Was that him or the powers that be, if we're gonna talk?
Well, he's the face of it. Hurricane Katrina comes, he flies over it and pulls.
That was insane.
That was a debacle.
Insane.
He
Didn't Trump throw toilet paper at the Puerto Rico?
Which one's worse?
But I'm not done yet. Stock market, the great recession, the stock market crashed, the biggest crash since the Great Depression happened on his watch. The housing market crashed on his watch. I mean, the guy, it was just a compounding of. It was terrible. People don't realize. People forget because he's been quiet. To his defense, and shout out to
he's been low key.
His daughter's real cool, so I don't want to,
Yeah.
But I mean, we gotta tell the truth.
But he had 2 terms, and he had 2 terms
because of 9/11. It was the fear mongering of what happened. It's like Giuliani, another one. Look at this guy, Giuliani.
Well, my mind, soul, and my body.
So, but yeah, Bush. Look, Bush is terrible.
Okay, who would be a great president right now that you would want to run besides Trump?
Who would I want to run for president?
Mm-hmm. I know he won't do it, but I would love Cuban to be president. I know he won't do it though.
Mark Cuban?
Yep.
He's fighting for insurance right now.
Look, I'm be honest with you, bro. I'm out for dead presidents to represent me. I don't really care. I don't really care who's president. We're gonna get money regardless.
Big facts. Tell him, Scotty. Oh,
it don't even matter.
Hey,
it really don't.
Yeah, I don't care.
Really
Doc
don't,
Rivers,
man.
our coach, Phil Belichick, we winning, right?
As long as that reality check cashes.
It really don't, man. It really don't. It really don't even. I don't even care. It's like checking the weather. I don't even check the weather because it doesn't matter. It don't even matter if it's raining, if it's snowing. We gotta get money regardless.
Gotta get to it.
Humidity doesn't even matter.
Yep.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, another episode.
You're far
of
from my
Market
tricks.
Monday.
You good, man. You're on step. The Kyrie on the finish. I'm like, damn, I ain't make that. Hey, audience, I thought I had him. Who you want to be president?
Yeah, put in chat.
In the
Put in
grand
chat.
scheme
Who
of
you
things,
want.
it doesn't matter if your leisure's been earned. Got you.
Right
That's
up.
a fact.
He ain't
man.
for president.
That's
Yo,
a fact.
Boy, I got shout to my ex. No. Shout to my babies. No.
Yeah,
way.
if Ye wasn't bugging out, man, I would say Ye, man, but he too. I can't say Ye right now.
Yeah, he too unstable.
Yeah, he too unstable right now. Bro.
Yeah, I love Kanye.
Can't do it though.
Join
But
Stock Club, join EYL University.
For
Tune
sure.
into the episode tomorrow.
For sure.
Episode tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll see you there.
Blackout 10 o'clock on Wednesday, man.
Oh no, 8 o'clock first.
Oh,
What topics do you want us to cover on Wednesday, audience? Real quick, put it in chat.
Please.
We're cooking up.
Please.
Fellas,
cooking
don't
up.
start trying to feed your girl cereal for dinner either.
Yeah, I'm in the room, guys. I'm watching the thing happen live. Y'all can stop putting it in the chat.
Yes,
I am laughing in the background. Yes.
Can you give your insight really quick? This is a financial topic about the one bank account versus shared, like because you're married, me and Rashad, not our relationship.
Oh yeah. No, I can. I mean, what he said was 100% accurate. I have an account, my wife has an account, and we have a joint account. Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand why that would be controversial.
A lot of
People just love debating.
If you're gonna be married, you should have everything together.
Yeah, we do. We live together, we eat together, we pray together, we love together, and we have an account together. But we also have
work together.
We work together. We do everything together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. Listen. I know one. I ain't gonna tell you business, my boy. I do know somebody though. Like he was with somebody that had a joint account. ran off on the plug twice. He came home. Clothes was gone. Number blocked.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Solely,
The
it was that was the only account.
the
Boy,
joint
she was
the
going
joint-
out. Pew!
the joint account play is to protect women. Because let's be honest with you. Most of the time, the men are gonna make irresponsible. Women don't really make irresponsible financial decisions for the
Big
most part.
facts.
This is a fact. I was a financial advisor for 12 years.
Oh my God, they're gonna say you're pandering, Rashad. Telling me you're an advisor.
It's the truth. 70% of my clients are women. What I realize is that women are more rational. They listen better. They are better financially disciplined, and they give referrals at a higher rate than men. I had good men clients as well, but women are more financially sound most of the time than men. So most of the time, if you do a joint account, the guy's he's gonna run it off. He's gonna run off with the bag. He's gonna do something stupid. He's
Spending
gonna
on a side chick in Miami.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. So this is
Bentley or you're paying for the car for the side chick. And for all the fellas who be like, no, stop arguing with me about money debates if you don't have more money than me. I'm telling you what I know. Women invest at a better clip, better investors. Even Warren Buffett, and after Charlie, right hand is a woman. Kudos to Mary. One of the best traders at JP Morgan and Bank of America. Woman. I'm not pandering. I got women in real life. Leave me alone before I go
Plural.
get yours.
Plural. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, not AN.
We will save this commentary.
This is for Blackout. These are
This is for
jokes
Blackout.
written by
These are-
85 South,
This is
DC
Blackout.
Young Fly, and
This is
Andrew
Blackout.
Schultz. If I made
Yes.
you money, please put yes in chat. These are
Yes,
just jokes.
we will keep Market Mondays
Har.
children friendly. And save the edgy commentary.
We gotta be edgy all the time. The world on the brink of collapse, yo.
It's almost
Come
over.
on, we gotta be us through and through.
Get your coins right.
It's almost over.
We're gonna get your coins right.
It's almost
And then
over.
what you do with it after that,
It's almost over, y'all.
good luck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, shout out to the town. Shout out to our high school section champs. Woodlands.
Hey,
love.
listen,
They won?
y'all.
Yeah, they won. They
whole
won. They won.
campus look like they need to shoot above the rim too. There,
Yeah, yeah. They called us in for reinforcements. They had us come speak to the team. Shout out to the fellows
Shout
for
out to Woodlands.
taking care of business.
Shout out to Mount Vernon. Shout out to all my Mount Vernon fam. I was at the Mount Vernon New Rochelle game with Sonny and the Mount Vernon crew.
Sonny, what up?
So Mount Vernon New Rochelle, that's a legendary rivalry. New Rochelle fell apart, and that was crazy.
Shout out to New Road, man.
Shout out to New Road.
Some of my kids
Used
was on that team.
used to work at New Rochelle.
Yeah. Yo, man, shout out to my whole New Road family. I was watching it on the phone. I saw we was up 37-31, and then we kind of collapsed.
Nasty.
But that's going to build character, man.
Nasty work.
Some of my
Yep.
I knew those kids when they were in like second and third grade, so to see them
That's
playing
crazy.
ball in the county center is kind of crazy. But they will be back. Hold your head.
Wednesday, I'm gonna be in
We
the
will
city.
be back.
I'm gonna be in the city. It's the Catholic School Final Four. St. Ray's. Shout out to St. Ray's.
Who they playing?
Shout out to my guy Chris. I forgot who they play, but
Stepanek?
They don't play Stepanek. Stepanek plays the other team.
All right.
So St. Ray's,
Yep.
Stepanek. Yeah, I'm in my basketball vibe right
Stepanek's
now.
the favorite though, right?
I love
In
it.
the multi.
Yeah, I think Stepanek.
Yo, Boogie's looking crazy out here.
Stepanek.
Boogie is looking crazy out here. Shout out to Boogie. Shout out to Stepanek. That's right down the street. Shout out to 914. So hopefully they can bring it.
real quick, I want to shout out my son for going undefeated this season, and I got to shout out your son.
Congrats.
Yo, he's looking
Congratulations.
crazy out there, Ian.
Congratulations.
Yo, he's really looking like
Congratulations.
real deal out there, man.
Shout out to Nas, 22 free throw game form. I'm like, boy,
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, like that's not like 22 points, a lot of points.
You gotta put the work in. You gotta
It's a
put
lot
the
of
work
points,
in.
man.
that he did. Composure, man. I love to see it, yo. Love to see it. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah. We just won tonight too. I think that was.
And congratulations to LeBron James. 40,000 points.
40,000.
The
That's
greatest player, the greatest basketball player of all time.
Arguably.
Fastly approaching the greatest athlete of all time. He's in the category with Tom Brady. So to see this level of greatness, is something that we can't take for granted. It's it's extremely inspiring to see that happen in year 21, something like that.
21.
That's insane, yo.
Shout out to Braun, man.
They said, "Don't leave me off of Bad and Bougie." Do it look like I'm left off Bad and Bougie?
Hey, man.
I mean-
Listen, Adam Silver won't even let the boy retire when he want to.
Oh nah, he can't.
Shout out to Brown. Shout out to the whole team.
What would the market cap of the NBA drop when LeBron leave? Because they ain't found a replacement. Luka cooking.
They're not gonna.
Well, it depends.
They're not gonna find a replacement.
How long Steph can play?
What? Even that.
No. Go look at the valuation. The highest valuation of a team in the NBA is who?
Golden State.
There you go.
Once he
Silicon
gone,
Valley.
that's gonna
But
be
they
cut
weren't
in half.
always. They weren't always. They played in the Bay for a long time.
Silicon Valley play.
They played in the Bay for a long
Hey,
time.
Overvalued ain't the shot. Is it?
Yeah. Now look.
52
Silicon
yesterday.
Valley play.
Look. It depends on how long Steph plays. Now, when they're both
Got
going,
3 more in him probably.
if they
Yeah,
both
Steph-
going, it's
Steph-
gonna be a
Steph probably
problem.
got 3 more. Bron probably got a year, 2 years left.
Yeah, I'll say
Bronny.
2 tops.
Bronny.
I just want him to get healthy.
Bronny.
Yeah, just get healthy.
He is
Yeah.
healthy.
I know, but he came back. He had the heart condition, so he missed a lot of the summer.
That's no joke.
They had to wean him back into the gameplay, and so now it's like they're taking him off of draft boards. I'm like, yo, if a kid came back from a heart condition, you should be applauding that he came back and he's healthy and he's playing. And let's figure this out after. But now it's like, oh wait, he's not going to be in the draft board. But I mean, I think Rich is handling it well. They're like, we don't care about the draft position. It's about what team he wants to go to.
Oh, what team wants him?
Wants him, right?
Yeah.
That's how they're going to look at it going forward. If he
What
comes
would
out,
be a
he may
good
not.
fit at?
Wherever LeBron's playing. Wherever LeBron's
Whatever his
playing.
pop says.
Great answer.
The package deal play. But nah, congratulations to LeBron, Rich, Maverick. Those are our guys. And we actually have a relationship with them too. So of course I'm biased. You know, they came to speak at Invest Fest, was on the show. So
Yeah.
I'm biased, but even without that, I would still say LeBron is the best. And he's done it. He's a class act. You know, family's intact. Never had any issue. Tremendous discipline
Character,
on and off the court.
No, he's a great.
The guy's a tremendous class act.
A real goat.
And shout out to Carmelo Anthony for coming to my party.
Shout
We're
out
not
to
gonna
Melo.
act like we ain't had a Hall of Famer in the building.
Shout out to Melo, man.
Melo was in the building.
Good relationships, man. After good relationships.
Shout out to Melo.
A real wine connoisseur.
Good guy. A good guy.
A real good dude, man.
A good guy.
Shout out to Melo.
You trading Draymond Green for Caitlin Clark or no?
Kaylin Clark.
A legend.
Congratulations.
Legend.
Congratulations on what she's been able to accomplish. Tremendous.
Yo,
impressive.
Shannon Sharp said something like really like I didn't even think of it, but we know more women college basketball players than we know the men.
Oh, absolutely.
it's
Yeah,
like
men's
tennis.
college basketball trash
It's
right now.
crazy. Like I don't.
It's like-
I watched the college the guys.
well,
Right.
let's not get crazy.
You know, you
we-
can name like
we-
5 players.
I can't name you 5 players.
We
No,
know
probably not.
We know 3 women. We know
No,
three.
I know more. I watch it.
Caitlin,
I'm
Juju,
different. I'm different.
Flage,
We know 4.
Angel.
Juju, Angel, Flau'jae, and Caitlin Clark. Let's not get crazy.
Okay.
Can
I
you
can't name you 5
guys?
men.
Yes, I can. RJ Davis,
Yeah.
DeJuan Wagner's son,
Okay.
boy from Kentucky that's killing right now.
That's 2 players.
He's going
Say-
crazy.
What's his name?
Boy from Kentucky?
That's not his name.
Everybody
I don't know
knows
his name.
Rob Dillahan.
That's my guy.
He's going
Okay.
crazy right now.
Yeah. Okay. That's 3.
We're not going to act like
That's
come on, let's
3.
not- but that's just off the top
That's
of my head.
crazy.
That's off the top of
But
my
you
head.
named the 4 off the top of your head.
That's off the top of my head. Bro.
Yeah, but they outshining them for sure. Caitlin's on every channel, like no question. And Juju's
Bronny James, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
We know more.
We don't know
I
more.
do.
We don't know
I
more.
do.
But the women, shout out to the women.
They're
doing
killing.
their thing.
They're killing.
They doing it. They doing it.
They are
for
killing.
Sure. All right, guys. It's been real. Troy's option class Wednesday 8:00. UI University. Join Red Panda. Check
Yep.
our episode out tomorrow and watch Blackout. And never miss a party. That's the last thing I'll say. When we curate these events, whether it's Invest Fest, South by Southwest, a birthday party, every single one of them is a can't miss situation. Because you never know who's going to be there. You never know the vibe. You never know the networking that you're going to be able to accomplish. So, never miss one of these events. That's my biggest life lesson. If you could do anything in life, make every event.
Please show up.
I'll take a marketing plan out your playbook. Show up and show out too.
Oh, for sure.
L'Oreal,
Yeah,
shout out to you.
And that was a Willie Mammoth.
Ice
Ian
Age
had
too.
Ian
Burn.
had on. Daniel Leather, I need a commission.
Please.
Please.
Hey, send my boys wire tomorrow.
Please.
What are we
Please.
talking about?
Please.
We need to go do a blackout interview up there. Hey, show them books.
Show the books.
Hey man, we still cooking up. It's gonna be. This is like a fair warning, man. This is the third month of the year. Good luck to everybody.
Back
out
to
there.
educating.
Nah. Really, good luck. Good luck to everybody,
Y'all
man.
in trouble.
Nah, just good luck, man.
Love is love, y'all.
Peace, man. Be good.
Peace.